Well, you may be surprised to hear that Toledo was mentioned in the most recent release of documents in the Epstein files. And today our I-team is getting some answers, including a response from Epstein himself years ago about Toledo. I-team reporter Sean Haggerty with that story new tonight. Sean.
Yes, Ashma, of the millions of documents that were released last week, there are several Toledo references. Mostly, they're news articles about random topics or crimes in our region where Epstein is also mentioned. But one conversation in particular talks about Toledo's economy and what business leaders think about it, with at that point Epstein giving his thoughts. In early March of 2017, there was a meeting held here at One Seagate in downtown Toledo along the banks of the Maumee River. You may know it as the Fifth Third Bank building. That meeting was a CEO breakfast where business leaders discussed an economy with President Donald Trump. He was elected a few months before that. Turns out covering the meeting was a New York Times reporter named Landon Thomas Jr. Before his article was published, he reached out to Jeffrey Epstein. Thursday, March 9th at 3:30 p.m., Landon said this to Epstein, quote, "I was in Toledo, Ohio yesterday, drilling down on small business animal spirits. Amazing how bullish they are here for all of DJT's craziness. His ability to present himself as a small biz owner pissed off about regulations, healthcare, anti-business sentiment in the White House was a brilliant stroke. They really dig him down there." Epstein was not at the meeting here in Toledo. As to why he was being informed about that meeting is not clear. The author even sent him a link to the article with the subject line, "The foot is coming off the brake in Toledo, Ohio." That got a response from Epstein. One simple line, "Foot off the brake." The article itself from the New York Times in 2017 makes no reference to Epstein, who had his hands in several financial ventures before becoming notorious for sex trafficking allegations and an indictment. He was found dead in a jail in 2019. None of the references to Toledo in any of the files mention children or any sort of sex crimes regarding Epstein. There's an op-ed, for example, about Jeep, a person that had a family reunion near Toledo, even something looking at Epstein's image and how it's viewed in several cities, and Toledo was included in that. There is one reference to Peter Nygaard. He's a former Canadian fashion designer convicted of sexual assault, and an FBI agent in Toledo interviewed a former girlfriend of his back in 2017. Lee and Sasham.